internet friends, welcome back to Free the Tomatoes, and today is an exciting day because we have a new skincare product to dissect, and that skincare product is GLAMGLOW's InstaMud 60-second Pore-Refining Treatment. Yeah! So if you want to know, do the ingredients in this actually stack up? Is this actually good for your skin? How many useless ingredients did GLAMGLOW use this time? How much wasted packaging is there? Well, just keep watching. So if you've ever used a GLAMGLOW product before or ever held a GLAMGLOW product before, you know there's a ton of useless packaging. So I do have to say that I am super excited to say that this is not as wasteful as a lot of GLAMGLOW products. However, knowing the size of the container and seeing the size of the packaging, there's still a lot of excess packaging, but it's definitely a step forward. So I'm not sure if that's something they consciously decided on or if it's just because the shape of this new product is different than the last ones, but there's definitely less wasted packaging. So that's a thumbs up in the right direction. So moving into it, we're just gonna pop the top off here. And like always, we have that, hello sexy. Well, hello there. So I always find that awkward, but girl can't turn down a compliment. So moving forward, oh, it's kind of cool. The inside of the box actually kind of goes inward. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's kind of actually neat. One thing I will say is if you buy the Gravity Mud or if you buy the Brightening Mud, they usually come with a free sample in there, and there's no free sample in there. So that's a little bit disappointing, but you can't complain about free shit that you didn't get because that's just stupid. So moving into it, we have our bottle here. So this is 50 milliliters, 1.7 ounces. So the exact same size as all the other GLAMGLOW masks, except for all the other GLAMGLOW masks retail for $75 Canadian, but this one retailed for $53. So I'm kind of wondering if you have to use a lot more of this product compared to the other one so it's not going to last longer, or if maybe GLAMGLOW is starting to make their masks a little bit more affordable. One can only hope. So moving into it, packaging is super cute. It's got a pump in it, so it stays a little bit more sanitary. Yeah, I can't complain about it. I actually do like the design of this. I like the fact that it's a bright yellow. It definitely catches your attention. So far, so good. So before we put this stuff on our face, we are going to dive in ingredient for ingredient. I am going to try and write across here somewhere the name of the ingredient that I'm trying to say so you can sing along with me and butcher these chemical compounds with me as well. So let's get started. So the first ingredient in here is water. So water's main purpose is to help with kind of like the consistency of the product. It can also help hydrolyphic ingredients penetrate a little bit easier and be a little bit more well absorbed into the skin. I said that very awkwardly. Ingredient number 2 is aloe juice, but is aloe barbadensis leaf juice, which can basically help soothe your skin, and it also provides some antioxidants for your skin as well. This one we're also going to have to read off the screen. Sodium C14-16 olefin sulfonate is responsible for helping the product foam up. Next we have bentonite, and bentonite is good for absorbing excess oil. It can help if you have oily skin to kind of like pull out some excess oil from blemishes per se, to help hopefully like clear this up a little bit faster, get them off your face a little bit faster. So it's just essentially really good for absorbing that oil. So I had somebody come up to me at work the other day and was trying to talk to them about Drunk Elephant, and I was like, one of the things I really like about Drunk Elephant is that they claim that there's nothing in their skincare that doesn't have a purpose. So essentially if there's something in there, it's either because it helps, or it's an active ingredient, it helps promote that active ingredient, it helps stabilize that active ingredient. And she just looked at me and she goes, they use glycerin. Well, the next ingredient in this is glycerin, and I'm about to teach you one reason why glycerin is actually good in skincare. Yep, that's right. So yes, it is used in Drunk Elephant as well, and it's because it actually does have a purpose, and its purpose is that glycerin can attract water. So when you're trying to hydrate your skin, you want things that attract water and go into your skin. So as it's penetrating your skin, it's pulling all of that water in there with it. So it's helping to hydrate your skin and hopefully seal in that water so your skin stays hydrated. So moral of this story, glycerin has a purpose, and it's hydration. Next we have kaolin clay. So just like bentonite clay, it can help absorb excess oil. It can help kind of just like pull out the toxins in your skin. It's just really good for absorbing that excess crap that's on the surface of your skin. Now again, is witch hazel water, also known as Hamamelis virginiana witch hazel water, can help reduce inflammation. Another thing witch hazel can do is it can also help reduce redness, which kind of goes hand in hand with soothing the skin, reducing inflammation, and it also can help reduce oil production. So that's also a good thing too. There's going to be a lot of computer looking here, so bear with me. We have caprylic triglyceride, which is an emollient. And basically the emollient is just meant to help kind of soften the skin. So basically if you think of your skin as like little tiny scales, which it technically is, because each flake of skin is like a little scale on your skin. So it can help just kind of soften that. So that way when you're putting ingredients on there, it penetrates your skin a lot easier. We're gonna do these next two ingredients together because they go hand in hand, and I'm gonna butcher both of them. We have sodium cocomphoacetate as well as cocamidopropylbetaine. Both of them again are foam boosters, so essentially kind of like the sodium 1416 olefin that we had earlier. It's just basically helping the product foam up. I really should just be reading this off of here to get this going as fast as we possibly can, but well, we have ethyl perfluoryl isobutyl ether, which is a thickener, and it can also help stabilize the oxygen molecules in here. We also have niacinamide, aka vitamin B3, really good for helping to hydrate the skin. Oh, it says that there's actually more than just hydration with vitamin B3. It can help with enlarged pores, uneven skin tone, fine lines, dullness, and a weakened skin surface. So it can also help with your skin's natural barrier. So that's a plus. We also have sodium hyaluronate, which is essentially the salt that's formed from hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is what helps kind of like plump up your skin with hydration. So essentially it says it just helps kind of fill the space between collagen and elastin. So when they start to weaken and they're not as like plump and beautiful as they used to be, it kind of like fills the space in there. So it just kind of like plumps it up by creating something in a basically voided space. Next we have Avena sativia oat kernel extract, which is a skin soothing agent. We have Pyrus malus apple fruit extracts, which can provide extra antioxidants for the skin. Next we have allantoin, which has healing, irritation reducing, and if that's the word I was looking for, anti-inflammation and anti-irritation properties to it as well. We also have acetylglucosamine, which can help brighten the skin as well, and it works really good if you mix it with vitamin B3, which we just learned earlier is also in this product. So it helps just kind of like boost its ability to work when you mix it with niacinamide. Next we have bisobolol, which is a soothing extract that's extracted from chamomile. So yay for lots of soothing extracts in here, which is funny because it's not a soothing mask, it's a pore refining mask, but we'll see how this all plays out in the end. We got a long ways to go. We have dipotassium glycyrrhizate, which is a principal component of licorice root, which can also help maintaining the hyaluronic acid in the skin. So it can also help keep that hydration in the skin to keep it nice and plump. I always tell people the way to think about it is a raisin effect. If you lose all the hydration in your skin's gonna kind of like wrinkle in, pretty much like a grape does when it forms into a raisin. You take all the hydration out of it and it goes from this juicy little plump grape to this wrinkled up little raisin. So keeping the hyaluronic acid in there, keeping the hydration in your skin is actually really important to keep it looking firm and juicy. Is that a word that we can use for our skin? Next we have ethyl hexylglycerin, which is used as a preservative instead of parabens. So all of you paraben haters out there, there's no parabens in this. However, you know, everybody has their thing against parabens, but this preservative also does have it's not a clean track history. It can cause sensitivity and irritation in severely sensitive skin. So if you're somebody with sensitive skin, I would definitely patch test this before you try it. Next we have menthol, which basically just creates a cooling sensation on the skin. So yay, it's like plus 30 up here and I am smelting at the moment. So the idea of something cooling on my skin is just like, yes, give it to me. Next we have PPG 26, Buteth 26, which is a cleansing agent and emulsifier. We have cocamidopropyl hydroxide oxysultane. Basically is used in conjunction with those foaming agents from earlier to make sure that it creates like a sustainable foam. So it's not just gonna like create foam on your skin for 2 seconds and then automatically disappear. It's actually gonna help it with the longevity and like the firmness of like beautiful foaming bubbles on your skin versus just bubbles. Next we have sodium chloride, which basically can help thicken something in an aqueous solution. Yay! We have xanthan gum, which again can help thicken, apparently can also help stabilize emulsifiers, so that's also a good thing to note here. We have butyl methoxydibenzoyl methane, which can help absorb UVA rays. I always found this funny. I actually meant to research this before I started kind of filming this, but you always see kind of things like this. I know also in this one itself you find titanium dioxide in a lot of face masks. These are sunscreen components, so essentially they're what help protect you from damaging sun rays. So this one here specifically helps with UVA rays. So I've often wondered, like, what point does this have in a mask? Like, are there people out there who put on face masks and then go lay outside in the sun? Or does this actually have like an absorbent kind of long-term effect? By doing this mask, do I now have 2 hours of sun protection on my skin? I don't know. My screen is flashing that it's overheating and there's no way that I can speed this up because these names are good. We have ethyl hexomethoxycinnamate, which can help also absorb UV rays. I noticed that I just missed one, which is the ethyl hexosalicylate, which helps absorb UVB rays. So now we have the absorption of UVA, we have absorption of UVB, and we have absorption of just UV rays in general. So we've got a lot of sun protection. Next we have pentylene glycol, which helps other ingredients dissolve in water, can increase or decrease the viscosity of a product, and also is a conditioning agent. Yay! We have citric acid, which is an AHA, so it can help adjust the acidity of your skin. It can also help with kind of like gently exfoliating your skin as well, and promote skin peeling and cell turnover. The gentle form of exfoliation. We have propendial PEG-40 hydrogenated castor oil, is an emulsifier and a surfactant, and it's also noted here that it is a fragrance ingredient, but there is no sensitivity warning along with that one, so that's great. We have BHT, it's an antioxidant called butylated hydroxytoluene. It can penetrate the skin, but only a low amount will actually absorb into the skin. Next ingredient, we have chlorphenesin, which is an antifungal and antimicrobial has antifungal and antimicrobial properties. So that's great for people who have blemish prone skin or large pores that a lot of dirt gets to be stuck in. We have phenoxyethanol, which can be used as a perfume fixative or bug repellent or antiseptic, so that's neat. We not only have sunscreen ingredients, but we also have bug repellent in here. We also have potassium sorbate, which is the potassium salt derived from sorbic acid, is used as a preservative. Next we have titanium dioxide, which we kind of went over already as a sunscreen ingredient. It says here it has excellent light scattering properties. And last but not least, we finally made it, guys. Extract violet 2 CI 60730 is a coloring agent, absolutely useless. That's your ingredient list. Alright, so I just want to go over a couple of the important ingredients that are in this product. So first off, the second ingredient actually in this product itself is aloe. So it's a little interesting because aloe is meant to kind of just help hydrate and soothe the skin. So it doesn't really go with our whole pore refining treatment here. Next we have bentonite and kaolin clay, so that's great. That's going to absorb the excess oil out of your pores. So essentially when your pores are clean, that's when you really want to kind of like shrink down your pores, because if you try to shrink down your pores when there's stuff in it, they're not going to be able to shrink down very well. So you want to clean them out, pull that excess crap out of there, and then shrink them down. So those two ingredients are great. Next we have witch hazel. So it says witch hazel is good for reducing inflammation, redness, and oil production. So that's great, helping to bring down inflammation. So if you have a blemish at the meantime that you just kind of want to help soothe and reduce a little bit, but it doesn't really help with our pore refining. So it can help alleviate the irritation and the gunk in a blemish per se. It can help reduce the oil production, but it's not really refining the pore. with niacinamide, so vitamin 3 can help with enlarged pores. Great, so that's right on what we want. Can help with uneven skin tone, fine lines, dullness, and a weakened skin surface. So anybody who has a skin problem or any sort of skin damage definitely needs help strengthening up their skin surface. So that's great, but everything else in there doesn't really go for a pore refining treatment. Next we have sodium hyaluronate, so essentially plumping up the skin. So the only reason I could see this kind of working hand in hand with pore refining is, again, with that kind of like raisin effect. If your skin is wrinkling in on itself, if you're losing that hydration, if you want to really like seal up your pores, why not fill that empty space with hydration? So if you're trying to seal up your pores by plumping up your skin by making it hydrated, then it works. But other than that, I can't really see why this is going hand in hand with a pore refining treatment. Next we have oat extract, so a skin soothing ingredient again. We also have apple fruit extract, providing those antioxidants. The allantoin, I know we've already went through in this ingredient list and butchered all these names, but this one has that healing, soothing, and anti-irritation again. So all of these to me sound more like a soothing treatment as opposed to a pore refining treatment so far. Next we have the acetylglucosamine, which can help provide skin brightening properties when combined with vitamin B3, which it is. So this can help brighten up the skin, which is great, again, when you're trying to get rid of the redness associated with a blemish. So again, not pore refining, but blemish refining. Bisabolol, soothing agent, derived from chamomile. The dipotassium, holy crap, the thing that is the principal component of licorice root, which can help with the hyaluronic acid in your skin, so helping with hydration. And last but not least, we have menthol, which is great for cooling the skin. So going through your most important ingredients on here, this doesn't really sound like a pore refining treatment. It sounds more kind of like a skin soothing treatment in my opinion. However, we're still going to give it a go because I could definitely use a little bit of hydration and I can definitely use some soothing. So if it's not going to refine my pores, it sounds like it at least still has some decent ingredients to help kind of just like calm the skin and nurture it. So even if you are somebody who's fighting blemishes per se, if you just have irritated skin, or maybe you are trying to refine your pores, it doesn't sound like exactly targeted at pore refining with these ingredients, but it sounds like it might be able to help kind of just soothe and nourish your skin. So all right, so we've got our clean base now to work with. So the instructions for this product say, smooth a generous layer onto dry, clean skin and do not rub in. Let sit and the mask will transform into oxygenating bubbles. Leave for 60 minutes, rinse with warm water. Follow with your regular treatment routine. Use 2 to 3 times a week as desired. All right, so here it goes. Oh, I can feel it bubbling on my skin already. So that is that. So yeah, so it says to leave it for 60 seconds. So I will see you guys in 60 seconds. All right, so it's been a minute and you can definitely see most of the bubbles kind of, they start going, and then as you can see, like it's just dried down as like purple on my skin. So they've oxygenated and now it's just left like a film on my skin. So that's the stage that we're at now. Definitely as the whole minute's kind of going through, you can feel them popping on your skin, and it's actually a little bit on the ticklish side. So if you're somebody who's severely ticklish, you might find this a little overbearing. But we're just gonna remove it now. I have my mask removing sponge. I absolutely love this, and I wish I could tell you where it's from. I also wish I knew for my own personal reasons, because once it's kind of used up, I would like to use it again, and I don't know what mouth I got this in, so. So I was saying earlier how some GLAMGLOWs come with a sample of the GLAMGLOW Gravity Mud in it, and this is actually the point of this video, that I kind of wish it actually came with a sample of like Waterburst or Volcasmic if they really wanted to promote their products, because now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I really could use a moisturizer. So GLAMGLOW, step up your game by maybe throwing in a sample of a moisturizer. I can say I don't really need to pat my skin dry because it feels pretty dry as it is. My feelings on this mask, I definitely feel like I got a deep cleanse. Like it's feeling a little bit I don't want to say, it feels tight. That's the way to put it. It feels tight kind of throughout here and a little bit around here, but not dry per se. I feel like I'm shiny in a couple of places, so I feel like I'm definitely lacking a little bit of moisture. For all the hydrating and hyaluronic acid boosting ingredients in there, this definitely doesn't feel as hydrating as it should be. Overall, I feel like my skin looks brighter in the fact that it feels like it's just shiny in that tight kind of way. Like you can see the kind of like light reflecting off my skin. So I don't feel like my skin is necessarily brighter in a healthy way. I feel like my skin is brighter in a dried out sort of sense. But as for pore refining, I definitely don't notice anything. Oh, it's starting to feel tight around here too. I don't feel like it reduced my redness at all. All right. Now it's time for the awkward part of the video where I say this was super fun to do. I love the fact that there is a lot more useful ingredients in this product compared to a lot of other GLAMGLOW products. I like that there's not fragrance as an actual ingredient in this, so I definitely think that they're moving on the up and ups. I like that there's less wasted packaging in this product. I thought the product was really fun to try. It definitely was a lot of fun to feel like the tingling sensation on your skin, feel the water or the bubbles burst. But overall, I just feel I feel like I got a deep cleanse, but maybe a little dried out. Like it wasn't a replenishing deep cleanse. It was literally, let's just take everything out of your skin and that's that. So for pore refining, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. For redness reducing, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. And for hydrating, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. I would say the only time I would really probably reach for this is if I wanted something fun. If I wanted a deep cleanse and I wanted something fun and I literally had a moisturizer readily available to my side, because I definitely feel a little tight and dried out in a non-comfortable way. This is now like the second GLAMGLOW product I've reviewed and I've been disappointed. I had high hopes for it, especially reading through the ingredient list, seeing that it was better and that the packaging was better, but unfortunately for me this is a no. So I'm gonna say if you have normal dry skin, you might find this a little too much. If you're somebody who has like combination oily skin, I feel like you might actually get like a decent cleanse and a bit of oil absorption from it. But yeah, for me personally, I find that it is a little too much. On my sensitive skin though, I definitely don't feel like anything's been irritated. My skin doesn't look redder. I'm looking shinier by the minute. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Personally, for me, this is a thumbs down, but I think that maybe if you have more combo oily skin, you might actually find this kind of enjoyable to you. So, and the ingredients are a lot better. So that's where I'm gonna leave you on this one. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for checking in with me, and we'll see you next time, sexy viewers. Nope, just awkward. Bye guys.